Hello, it is week number 5. I'm going to reflect on week number 4 and then we'll move to the current week, which is starting today, which is week number 5. So last week, week number 4, you had the chemistry lab. I think I told you this last week, but I actually got that from a former chemistry instructor. Sorry, my light's flashing over here. It's like dimming in and out. At Richmond Community College, and he used that in his chemistry class, and I absolutely love it. What actually happened is I had a student in Math 143. She brought the worksheet to me, and she said, "Miss Smith, can you help me? I don't know how to do my chemistry lab." So I started looking at the worksheet. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is exactly what we're covering in this particular class." So I emailed the guy and asked him if I could have a copy, and he sent me a copy, and he told me I could use it in any capacity I wanted to. He's no longer with us. So I love it. I made a few little tweaks through the years. You also had a Chapter 4 review. That Chapter 4 review aligns to the Chapter 4 test that you're going to take this week. You can call it a test or a quiz, whatever you want to call it. But this week you have a proctored Chapter 4 test in Hawkes Learning. And the chapter review lines up with the chapter test. And then the last thing you were to do this week was to email me or send me a remind message with your proctor appointment. As of right now, I'm making this video a little bit before I'll post, but as of right now, I only had 4 or 5 people notify me of their proctor appointment. That is concerning. Next week is fall break, so we are only open on campus Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That exam has to be proctored. So you're going to either use the online proctoring service, ProctorU, or you're going to use one of the academic success centers. But if you are waiting to the last minute, there is a tremendous chance that you're not going to get an appointment. ProctorU, that appointment has to be set up 72 hours in advance, and the academic success centers, whether you're in Laurinburg or Hamlet, also have to be made well in advance. So if you have not done that yet and you're watching this video, it's Friday. I hope you're watching this video on Friday. You need to make your appointment because next week, like I said, is fall break and many instructors are giving proctored midterms. So that was last week. This week coming up is week number 5 and it includes our fall break. So this class I have set up from a Thursday to a Thursday. And I really like that because it gives you an option as to whether or not you want to work over the weekend. But because fall break is on a Thursday and a Friday, it messed up my weekly submission dates just a little bit. So this week, week number 5 is due on Wednesday, October 13th. That is a Wednesday night instead of a Thursday, and the reason is that Thursday and Friday, the 14th or 15th, are fall break. And I don't want to give you any assignments over fall break. We also will not have our academic success centers open during fall break, so you won't have the option of taking that quiz. So everything this week is due Wednesday, October 13th. What is due this week? All right. I have posted in Moodle the quiz. It is password protected, so you cannot get to it unless you have a proctor appointment. Proctoring is all over Moodle. See Moodle for details on that. And also on Moodle this week, the reason I'm hesitating, I put the test first in Moodle because that is the most important thing. But below the test, you're going to find this multiple intelligence survey. It takes like 5 minutes. I desperately need you to complete that, whether you've done anything in this entire class. Because next week, we're going to have a lab, and the lab comes from the results of our class. And so if you don't submit your multiple intelligence scores on the discussion board, I can't make the lab, and I really need those results from everybody. Again, it's Wednesday night, October 13th. The multiple intelligence survey takes about 5 minutes. You click, 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 answer some questions, and then press submit, and it will tell you your top intelligences. I absolutely love this because we all know, well, I hope you know, that everyone is smart in their own way. Sometimes it's hard to determine what that way is. But everyone has a gifting, and it's not always math. Matter of fact, logic and math is one of the least common types of intelligence. I don't have logic and math intelligence. So please, 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 I know it's a busy week. I know it's a short week, and I know that Chapter 4 test is looming over your head. But please, 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 would you please take the multiple intelligence survey, post your results on the discussion board before Wednesday night. I need that time, Thursday, Friday. I need those days over fall break to prepare for our lab next week. It's really interesting, too. I'm not going to tell you yet what my top intelligences are. It's definitely not logic and math. And again, everybody is smart in their own way. One thing you might want to think about it before you even take the survey, what ways do you think you have the greatest gifting? Okay. And then take the survey and see if the survey lines up with what you thought. So please do that. I love it. It's really interesting. Like I said, if you've never done anything else in this entire class, but you happen to be watching my video right now, just go take the multiple choice survey so that we can use your data for our lab. We will be using the real life data of our classmates for that lab next week. I went ahead and posted some upcoming Hawks work. I don't typically do that, but this is section 7.1 and 8.2. They're fairly simple, and I just thought with fall break, maybe somebody wanted to work ahead. So 7.1 and 8.2 are open, but they are not due until October 21st. Like I said, I don't typically open up anything ahead of time, but because of fall break, I just decided, what could it hurt? And so I think that's it for this week. I did have some people contact me with some Proctor-U snags. I tried to work that kink out. I typically, I think since this class started, I'm looking outside because it's kind of cloudy right now, but I have stayed home every weekend since this class started, which, as you know, I love to stay home. But this weekend, I'm going on a retreat, a women's retreat with some people I do not know. I only know one person, and that is not exactly my style. It's at Caswell, which is Fort Caswell, which is near Oak Island, North Carolina. It's a Baptist retreat. And I went to this camp as a young person, and I am super excited to go back. I have not been to this place in like 25 years. My kids go there to camp, and my husband has been there with some groups, but this is my first time to go back with a bunch of total strangers. So next week, when you learn my multiple intelligence, you will see how out of character this is for me to be going on a retreat with people I do not know. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. Thanks.